welcome back. You are now listening to another episode of It's All About Evolving. I'm your host, Captain Paula. Joining us today is Josh Cardoza. He's an educator, a sports mentor, and the president of Shoe Champs. Shoe Champs' mission is to inspire and work with youths. Welcome, Josh.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Good, good. You're welcome. So, tell us more about you.
All right. Well, like you said, I'm an educator. I teach grade 8 currently at elementary school in Markham. I've been teaching for just under 10 years now, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm passionate. I love seeing the learning come to life for a lot of these students. Unfortunately, the situation that we're in right now, it's a little more difficult. We're trying to turn our program into a more virtual online platform. So learning a lot as we go, but it's a very interesting process, and just kind of making sure that they don't feel like they're getting the short end of the stick in any way. So going all out for them. I also do some online tutoring. That's been a new initiative that I started up recently. But my passion really is in, as you mentioned, True Champs Collective.
Yeah.
Just recently, we got a chance to incorporate it. So that was a big deal for us. And just continuing to branch out and do a lot of work in the community.
That's awesome. So how did you start True Champ? What's the truth behind True Champ?
I love it. That's our actual new series, The Truth Behind the Grind. So we're doing a lot of stuff, with some IG Live, getting some special guests on. But the way it all started is we were at a Raptors basketball camp in the summertime, working as some of the coaches. So myself and two friends, we just got start talking in a conversation about what happens if the Raptors were to ever relocate? Like, what would happen to us and what would we do? So we started to talk about trying to collaborate and combine our passions for community, for youth development, basketball, and traveling. And we decided to create a program. So built some momentum, started doing some camps in the city, got a chance to do a camp in Barbados with some support from some local brands in the Hilton out there, and went out there and did some basketball training for some kids in Barbados. And that was amazing. And locally, we've been able to do some gift cards for families in need, for grocery gift cards, and just really participate with different local camps and local programs across the city to benefit these kids, creating opportunities and experiences for them.
That is awesome. You went all the way to Barbados. That's so awesome.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful island. I've been there a bunch of times, but this time more so for the work and the impact piece. And we've been able to develop a cool relationship with some of the coaches and kids on the island. And if we get a chance to go this year, I believe it'll be our 4th visit there. So trying to create that longevity and not just a one-stop shop or, go down, do a big training and then disappear. We want to invest in them. So we see the potential in the kids and then also help develop the coaches with whatever experience we're able to offer as well.
Okay, so basically you're planning to grow your business in the Caribbean too?
Yeah, I think we'd love to. I mean, if we get a chance, we'd love to go and island hop and do a little island tour. We were able to go to St. Kitts and Nevis this past summer and then Barbados. So we did like a little island hop there. And hopefully we get a chance to expand to a couple other islands. My background is Trinidad and Jamaica, so I'd love to be able to go out there as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So just touch as many as we can.
That's cool. So my question is, do you guys only focus on basketball?
So for now, that's the main focus of what we've been doing. Overall, it's creating opportunities and experiences. So whether it's going into the classroom and doing more of the life skills and character building piece, we love to do that as well. But we also done school clinics where we kind of have motivational conversations, goal setting workshops. But in terms of the sports side, we've mainly focused on basketball since that's the background of many of our coaches. But this year, we're trying to add on to our program in Barbados. And the plans were, before the whole pandemic thing started, to incorporate like a football, like what we call soccer, they call football, aspect side of things to kind of branch out, more multi-sport based.
That's cool. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. And you mentioned that you do tutoring. Is it just one specific subject or everything?
So right now, me personally, I focus more on the elementary panel, and I do math and literacy, so reading, writing, comprehension, and just helping them build their confidence more than anything else. So it's not so much more as an idea to give them more homework. It's somewhat helping them practice the work that's already assigned by their school or their teacher. but also just helping them develop the fundamentals, the basic skills, and reinforcing their confidence with the subject, and just helping them to develop some tips and tricks so they feel better when the teacher's going over it in the classroom.
Okay. Okay. Do you mind? I'm going to go back to
For sure.
right now. So,
Yeah.
Do you mind telling us, like, how do you plan to go virtually because of this whole pandemic, or how are you helping the youths right now via the media platform?
So it's been an adjustment. We've tried to take some of the opportunities with Instagram, our Instagram at truechamps.collective. And what we've tried to do is invite special guests in our network to go live with us. And I've tried to set it up so that each evening we might have a special guest talking about their journey. So the youth in our network listen to these special guests, and these people are often influential people who are just sharing their story, sharing their struggle. And the theme of the series is truth behind the grind. So it really is understanding more about the work that goes into pursuing your passion. So a lot of times they're doing some really cool jobs or opportunities and things like that, and they see the glamorous side of it. But what I want the guests to really expand on is what it takes to get to that position or to maintain it on that level, so that the young people can actually see, if I want to pursue my passion, what did these people do to get there? So we're trying to use that platform to inspire, empower, and give more of an in-depth look behind the scenes for these people.
That is awesome. So what's your journey? Tell us about your journey.
Yeah, no, for sure.
This platform is for that too, so you got to tell us your journey now.
No, I definitely, not a problem. I guess I think I started the Truth Behind the Grind series with my own. So I actually did my own first, just to kind of set that platform and share with everybody my story a little bit.
Okay.
I'd have to say I grew up in Canada. I was born here. I grew up here. And from the young age, I was always motivated to help others, and I was inspired by basketball. I really started to play a little bit more through like a therapeutic lens. My dad passed away from cancer when I was 10. I found refuge in just shooting around, dribbling around, really developing a love for this sport at that time. And it's opened doors for me through networking, and a lot of friends in my network, and the sport just allowed me to build confidence and connect with friends. So it really empowered me in that sense. So I feel like when I've had those doors open to me, I wanted to be able to do that for others as well. In high school, I realized I wanted to become a teacher because I've had some wonderful, teacher role models, mentors, and they were able to help me understand that communication between home and school. And I wanted to be that same outlet or role model to other kids coming up when I was, able to choose my career, my path. So fortunately, I'm able to do that into the place that I'm at now. So I went to York University, did my degree, then did my teacher's college, started doing my practice teaching and really connecting with the kids and building a rapport with them. And I realized I really enjoyed it. I had a passion for it. And being able to coach, to mentor, to support, to provide life advice to these kids as they're developing and going through their different battles each and every day, it was really rewarding. And then from there, I realized that I can extend that reach by creating an organization like True Champs, and not only doing it in the classroom, but doing it in the greater community, and then not only doing it here, but taking it on the road and doing it more so in the Caribbean as we get to explore more in the summertime as well. So a little bit of everything.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Sorry about your dad. That's awesome, though.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so how do you build the team? How did you get your team together?
So right now I feel like it's a larger network. I reach out to a lot of people who I feel like are doing some incredible work. And so it's me, myself, that kind of take the reins on a lot of the projects and oversee a lot of the things that we do. And then I pull people who I know are experts in their different particular fields. So if it's basketball, I've teamed up with some of the best trainers in the city, and we collaborate to help them execute the programs. And they'll take the lead in that specific capacity. I'll get other friends to help coach if it's, on-court stuff needed. I'll get some other friends I know in my network that would come out and do some guest speaking. Brand support. I'd talk to people who I know that work with Jordan Brand or Nike, and they're in the mix in the offices, and I just ask them how we can pitch the ideas appropriately to best suit what our needs are and meet the expectations of the brand itself. So I guess putting a team together really is a village. It takes the village to run true champs. And the idea really comes through with just reaching out to my resources and helping them to see the vision. And once we all share that same, I guess, joint idea, we kind of just run with it and try to bring it to life.
Okay, but that's good. My other question is, right, with the kids, working with the kids, you know, sometimes they'll have doubts and they will be on their low days, just like us as adults too. How do you motivate them?
I think a lot of the times we talk about empowerment. So
Right.
giving them examples of people who have experienced some of the things that they might be going through as well and have risen above those circumstances or found themselves to create opportunities when they felt like they weren't any. So giving them examples of empowerment, helping them to see within themselves their strengths, their abilities, and identifying that confidence within them. We often give them, whether it's an activity, an exercise, or just even self-reflection. I actually, literally just before this, I watched a clip by Jay Shetty. He's like a motivational speaker.
Oh yeah, I know him. He's really good.
He's one of my favorites. And I just watched one he just posted. It might be his last post on Instagram. And I watched it and I was like, I gotta do this podcast, so I can't be tearing up right now. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go figure out how I can repost that because it was incredible, and it was a lot of the concept was based around the way that we talk to ourselves, and it was the way that you talk to yourself. He asked some people to write it down, and then he said, okay, if you write down the way you talk to yourself, now I want you to go read that to somebody the way that you would speak to them or about them. And he asked the person, like, would you read that out loud to someone? And a lot of them were like, no, because it's mean. Yeah. So he said, if you wouldn't read that out loud to somebody, and because it sounds mean, why would you say that to yourself? You wouldn't say that to someone you love. Why would you say it to yourself? So that stuck with me like seconds before I did this. And I just feel like that's a message that I want to be able to pass on to a lot of the younger generation, the youth, is the way that we talk to ourselves, the way that we see ourselves, the confidence that we have within ourselves speaks a lot to what we're able to do next, how we go about our day. And just a lot of my mentors were able to set an incredible stage for me, so I'm able to open those doors for others. I got some great advice coming up, so I want to be able to pass that on.
That's awesome. So can you share one of your advice before we go?
Yeah. Actually, I just did a post about one of my mentors. He's the assistant coach on the Raptors and now head coach of Raptors 905, Jama. And he did a guest speaker, like a keynote talk when I was doing Raptors camp training a few years ago. And he came in the room and he really just grabbed the audience from the minute he started talking. He has this electrifying positive energy. And his advice was, the way that you walk into a room, you decide the type of energy that you're going to bring into that room and the type of experience that you're going to have. Yeah. So every time you walk through the doorway of a room, you walk in, you decide the type of energy that you're going to bring into that room. And then that energy that you bring will determine the type of experience that you have. And I said, oh, wow, to me, that applies if I walk into a gym, if I walk into a classroom, if I walk into the digital platform of an interview, right? The idea
it's all
of
different,
what you bring,
right?
Yeah, what you bring is what you get back. So that was some incredible advice that I'll carry with me and continue to pass on forever.
Okay. Before I let you go, do you find how are the kids adjusting to this whole being at home and not being able to play basketball? Because I know for me, my son, he loves soccer. Mm-hmm. And he's having quite a bit of a hard time right now, but yeah, his coach working on that part of it. But how do you motivate the kids who are how do you handle that?
I feel like it's a tough situation right now because obviously nothing replaces the thrill of running around outside, being outdoors with your friends. So very few things can automatically replace that. But I feel like what we're doing right now is putting them in contact with people who are doing a lot of the online training sessions. So for example, I know with MLSE, they're doing train at home. So they're doing little activities that you can do, whether you like basketball or football or soccer or hockey. They have a camp at home series. So we're directing them to little things online like that. Or for example, my friend is doing a dribble workshop every day at 3:00 on Instagram Live. And a lot of his kids in his network tune in to watch him do that as well. So these little things that these kids look forward to, YouTube series, trainers that are going virtual, there's a lot of programs online right now that the kids can access, and they still try to stay engaged, stay active. And I feel like some of their favorite stars in their sports are similarly doing the same things, trying to find ways to stay sane and active, right?
Yeah.
So for us, it's really encouraging the kids to stay active, be safe in the house, don't break anything, but still train and have some fun with it.
Don't break anything. Good idea.
That's key. That is key. We don't want parents to get upset.
Yeah. Okay. I know along your journey we all experienced failures. Mm-hmm. Could you tell us one of your failure and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I would say the first one that comes to mind would be with True Champs, when we started to first try to connect with a brand to support us and give us an opportunity to wear some of their product when we do our clinics. So the first thing we want to say is, when you come uniformed and you look very professional, we want all of our coaches to wear the same brand and run the clinic and be sponsored by this program. So I met with a brand, I won't say which brand, but I met with a brand and they provided us with all the gear, head to toe, shirts, socks, shoes, shorts, the whole nine. And it was incredible. So we went and we did the clinic with the kids as we said we would, and we wore everything. We took pictures as we said we would, and we provided them with all the footage to follow up, and then hopefully have a follow-up meeting to share with them how we executed the plan as we said we would in the meeting. And then after that, I don't know if you're familiar with the term ghosting.
Oh yeah.
So the brand, technically, I guess you can say they ghosted us, and they didn't reply. They didn't phone calls, texts, emails. And the crazy part is we literally followed through in the timeline that we said we would, in the format and fashion we said we would. And when it came time to continue our conversations and follow up on future projects, there were nowhere to be found. So that was kind of a deflating moment in our progress, because we wanted to continue with this brand. We had this gear, it had our logo, it had their logo, and we were like, yeah, this is going well. We put them up on our website initially at the very beginning. This is years ago. And then we had to kind of go back to the drawing board. Yeah.
Wow.
So that was a tough hit to first start off, when you got excited, here we go. And then you kind of had to pull back the reins and start again.
Okay. So basically just start over everything and then you got through.
Yeah, that was huge for us. We really got so excited that this major brand was ready to team up with us, and we saw we planned out our future, right? We were ready to hold hands and skip into the sunset, right? But
so what's the lesson you learned from that?
I honestly don't think that we did anything wrong, but I feel maybe just have as clear communication as possible and just hope for more follow-ups consistently. But I honestly don't believe we would have changed anything. And ultimately, it worked out in our better benefit, because later on, we teamed up with a brand that was super supportive, continually, providing us with what we needed to be successful. And we had a strong partnership where we give them the shout out or the credit whenever they provided us with stuff. And then we wore the stuff in a lot of our camps and programs that they had provided. So it was mutually beneficial. So it kind of opened up a better opportunity later on. But the learning to that was, don't let something negative stand in your way, and all obstacles can be overcome.
Yep, that is true. It's all about evolving.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so Josh, tell us where we could find you.
So on Instagram, my brand is truechamps.collective. That's our online handle for Instagram. And my personal is Josh D. Cardoza. And that's where I try to put a lot of the inspirational, motivational content out. But either one of those Instagram pages, our website is www.truechampscollective.ca. And we're on Facebook, Twitter, all the same. I'm sure if you type in True Champs Collective or anything like that, you'll come across us there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Josh.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys for listening, and God bless you.
All right. Take care. Everybody's here to support you guys. So we want you to ask us questions. We want you to have fun. We want you to be loud, be vocal, use your voices, bring the energy, and just take risks. Try everything we're throwing at you and give it your very, very best effort.
We're gonna get after it. It's gonna be a vibe. Artwork on the walls. The kids are excited. Coaches are excited, so it's gonna be a vibe. It's hot outside. Barbados, Next Gen, True Champs, Part 3. We're here to get these kids warmed up, learn a little thing about health, obviously about basketball, but it's bigger than basketball. Shout out KOA. Love him, love what he does. Keep it up. Thank you.
Defensive stance, let's go! Yeah! And shuffle! Right!
At the cone, pound that ball, try to get your rep. Your crossover level from where? Say it again. Okay, so this is exactly what